Hey guys, welcome to the vlog for the week. Do you want to fold some laundry with me? So it's Monday and we're going to be going home today. And so I'm working from here. Brian actually just left to go out on a Sea-Doo ride. I didn't go on the Sea-Doo at all this trip to the lake. I just always had something else I was doing. And like Friday I had to work, today I have to work. So Brian already did his work for the day. And so now I'm just in between like tasks, work tasks and meetings and stuff. I'm cleaning up like I normally do. And then right before we leave is when I will vacuum, like right after I log off for the day. I'll get the vacuuming done. I already got the dusting done. There's a meeting coming up that I think I'm going to mop during. And so, yeah. And then also today is the first day of autumn or fall. Doesn't feel like it outside though. It's still really warm, which, hey, every warm day is one less cold day. So I am extremely grateful for that. So not going to find me complaining about warm days. So if you weren't on the vlog last week and you notice those two things hanging up right there, those look like eyeballs. And so it makes it look like they're peeking out from the deck. We're actually going to take those, actually this shirt I just folded I think is a hang-up shirt. But we're going to take them down and just put them like in the spare bedroom when we're gone, just in case like it storms or something. We don't want them like banging up against the screen and all that when we're not here. So we're gonna take them down. But when I say take down now, or take something down, if any of you have watched K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix, it has a really awesome soundtrack. But there's a song called Take Down. So that's now all of a sudden when I said take those down, I've got that song in my head now. It's very catchy. But so we're going to be coming back again in October. And I'm excited because it's going to be the next time we come back. My brother and his husband are going to be here. You guys have met them before. They stayed with us here at the condo one time last year and once this year so far. And so now they're going to be here another time. And I'm really excited about that. It's a little bit different than originally planned. Originally it was going to be my mom and dad along with my brother and brother-in-law, and they were going to be renting an Airbnb house that was just across the lake. And Brian and I would have drove over there on the Sea-Doos to visit and stuff, but my mom and dad aren't coming after all, so it's not going to be that. But there's no reason that Jeff and Eric still can't come, so I'm looking forward to that. And what else? And then, so my birthday is in October, and I have decided I want to work. I don't have vacation time left except for I have the day after Thanksgiving off. And hopefully we're going to be going down to visit, my family for Thanksgiving. We have the past several years. But anyway, I'm going to work from here. I'm just going to talk to my boss because we're supposed to work from the building 3 days a week. But like if you're sick or there's, some kind of a reason where you can't, it's not a big deal. You just have to let your manager know. So I'm just going to let him know. I'm going to work from the condo the week of my birthday. And I'm probably going to come up like the weekend before my birthday, stay the weekend after my birthday so I can extend it a really nice long time. And then I don't think Brian's going to be able to be here the whole time. So we'll probably drive separate cars. But I just really... So last year, I got to have a sabbatical from work. If you've been there a certain number of years, you can earn a sabbatical, which for me, I'd been there long enough where I got 6 weeks off. My plan was to spend half of it here at the condo and half of it at home. But they were doing work here on the condo. So there was no plumbing, like they had to shut the water off, and everything was supposed to be done with like in a week. They were staining all of the decks and everything, and they were replacing like some water lines and the main water lines. But the work lasted way longer. So I didn't get to spend the amount of time here that I wanted to. And also part of the time I was here, I had no running water. So we were filling up these big buckets so we could flush the toilets, because if you put water in the back, you can still flush your toilets. And then we had water, like some for in the sink to do dishes. And then we were using like paper plates and plastic cutlery and stuff. And then for showers, I was going down to the clubhouse, because down by the pool, there are showers. They work all year long. So it wasn't exactly the relaxing time I wanted. You know, they were working on the condo and stuff. So the time I was here wasn't what I was hoping for. And that was around the October timeframe last year. So anyway, I want to work here for the week of my birthday, because even though I'll still be working that week, it's like right as soon as I'm off work, you know, then I can be reading, or, you know, I'm here. And then while I'm working, I get that, you know, I have that view and everything. And I feel so much more at peace here. You know, there's not as much clutter as there is at home. There's not, I don't know, it's just different. So I want to spend my birthday week here. That's my plan. And I can't think of any reason it's not going to work out. So I'm reading a book now. I was going to tell you guys, I started it yesterday and I'm already like 60% of the way through. I can't remember the name of the author, but it's called The Exorcist's House Part 2. I read the first one a few years ago and it was really good. This book, there's parts of it that I've been reading, that's a hang up, has really scared me. I was sitting out on the deck in the bright sun, well, it wasn't sunshiny yesterday, but in the bright daylight, and Brian had gone, where had he gone? Oh, Sea-Doo ride again. And that was the one where if you watched last week, he was trying to see what the eyeballs look like from down there. Well, I didn't hear him come in when he was done with his ride. And I was like all creeped out sitting out there. And I thought I saw a shadow out of the corner of my eye. Really what I'm sure I saw was him. He just walked by real quick, you know. And so I came in and I started walking in the bedroom. At the same time he's walking around the corner, scared me so badly. It's like, that book's really been freaking me out. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I hope that it keeps going at the pace it's going, because it's been scary and I'm really enjoying it. So anyway, you guys know I just love everything scary. I love scary books. I love scary movies, all that. So I can picture October being here, and like, even because scary movies don't scare me, scary books, they'll creep me out, you know, but I'm not like afraid to read them by myself and stuff. But so I could picture myself watching scary movies and, you know, just it being autumn and just being all cozy. And so that's my goal, work here the week of my birthday. So, but anyway, I'm going to keep folding this laundry and quit jibber jabbering, but welcome to the vlog for the week. Got these guys boxed up because we're gonna take them home for the season, since the evenings are starting to get pretty chilly. And I have a couple of grow lights that I'll just put on a timer so that they can still get, you know, at least some artificial sunlight, and hopefully they'll do well. I'm pretty sure this is Pokey. We've had him for years. When we first got him, he was just a little ball, and then he's got one friend. He had 3 others, but Django wouldn't leave him alone. There were other succulents and they died. So I'm going to make sure I have these where he can't reach them. But yeah, these guys, they're going to go home with us today. And then we'll bring them back when it gets warmer next year.
Took a ride up here to the end of the Gravois arm, or Gravois, however you want to pronounce it. And it's really peaceful up here. Trees aren't changing as much over here yet. But boy, it sure is nice out. It's very peaceful.
So the way we're driving home is takes us right through Warsaw, and so we decided to just on the fly stop at Drake Harbor and walk the trail. You guys have seen this before.
Yep, that's the
Osage River.
Yep, there's the river. That's actually the very back end of Lake of the Ozarks.
So we're just stopping here to walk the trail. We stopped and had some dinner at Sonic.
Yeah, look, the new bathrooms are open, and look, I think they've demolished the old ones. Are the old ones demolished?
I don't see them.
They're gone. Yeah,
You're
they're
right.
gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
So the new bathrooms are done.
They still got some porta potties over there.
Problem is, though, where we park, we're gonna have a longer walk to the bathroom now.
Not that much. It was just right there.
I know. That's at least 54 steps.
So yeah. So anyway, we're just gonna take a little walk since we had Sonic for dinner, and
Yeah, stretch the legs a little bit
Yeah.
before last. We got an hour and 20 minutes to get home, so that's not that bad. Look at this. Look at the water, though. It's just
so smooth.
It's a beautiful evening. First day of fall.
Hello there. Today's Tuesday. We're back home and just getting ready to get my lunch and stuff and get headed out the door to go down to the building. Today's outfit, I'm wearing like some printed pants and solid t-shirt and this little denim vest. And I'm running a little bit behind, so I need to, coffee's ready. So let me get it into my travel cup and get headed out the door and hope for a good day. Hello, now it's Wednesday. Yesterday it rained all day long and I didn't even know it was supposed to rain. I was getting my coffee ready and Brian comes in to tell me bye, and he's like, drive careful, you might run into some heavy rain. And it's like, oh, okay. And so halfway there, it was just little bitty sprinkles, and then it got a little heavy a couple spots, and then when I got to work, it was sprinkling enough where I needed my umbrella. And then as I'm walking in, so the walk from the parking lot to the building's kind of long, but as I'm walking in, it's getting faster and faster. So I'm walking faster and faster, and then it was like almost right after I got in the door, it just started pouring. You know, the kind of rain that it doesn't even matter if you have an umbrella because you're going to get wet anyway because of how hard it's coming down and blowing and all of that. So I lucked out, and then it rained all the way home. It was still raining in the evening, and then coffee pot is finishing up. And then today there's chances of rain, like isolated rain here and there, but not like an all day thing. And then it's going to be done for a while. And then I'm glad because Thursday Brian and his buddies are going to try to work on getting the tree taken down that was supposed to come down. And then next week they're going to start painting the house. That's the plan. We'll just have to see how the rain and the forecast and everything goes. But anyway, Wednesday morning, let me get my stuff together, get headed out this door, hope for a good day. Yes, it's Thursday now. I just did Monday I talked more. Then I had a Tuesday, Wednesday, now it's Thursday. Last day I have to drive down to the building, so that's good. But anyway, I just figured I'd go ahead and at least say hello on Thursday too. Hello. We have a little bunny out there. We've actually watched this little guy grow up. There's 2 of them that live under our shed in the backyard. He's just munching away out there. Were you watching the bunny? Or you were just ignoring the bunny, right? He watches them sometimes, especially if they come up closer. I don't know if you even noticed him out there, Django. He is real close. Hey guys, so today is Friday, so I'm working from home. And if you hear some noise in the background and notice that the window's all wet, I don't know if you can see it from there or not. The house is getting power washed today. So then it gets enough time to dry and everything before Monday when they're going to come out and start painting. So our house is getting painted. Also, the tree that was needing to be cut down, it actually was really close to the house. It was like a pine tree, and you could only see about half outside the window because that tree was so big. And so Brian and some friends got that tree cut down and out of here yesterday. So things are progressing. I'm really excited to get the house painted. I've got a derpy, my derpy t-shirt. Let me set my coffee cup down. I'm like obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters now, but so it's derpy. He's like one of my favorite characters in that movie. The movie is so good. Has such good music too. So this weekend's going to be a little different because I'm not going to the lake this weekend, but Brian is. So we had no plans at all to go to the lake this weekend, but our friend Andy, he had texted Brian saying they were going to be there this weekend if Brian wanted to wake surf, and Brian really, really wants to wake surf. So I decided I'm not going to go because we've gone so much that, and normally on the weekends is like when I do, the biggest part of the house cleaning, like mopping the floors and stuff. Wednesdays I usually like dust, vacuum, stuff like that, but I just really need to do a nice clean of the house. And so with him not being here, and then my son usually spends the whole time in his room, or most of the time in his room. I don't think his girlfriend is coming over this weekend. He hasn't said she is. So I think it'll be the perfect opportunity for me to get some house cleaning done. So, but Brian, he's gonna go like this evening and then come back. First he was going to come back Sunday, but now he's going to come back Monday early in the morning. So yeah, he'll get some lake time to himself, lots of wake surfing. And then I'll get some time to myself, getting to clean this house up, and it's going to be a nice weekend. But yeah, I'm probably going to be at the lake some by myself next month because I want to spend, I think I told you guys about it early in the vlog, so I won't say it all over again, but I want to spend the whole week of my birthday at the lake. And Brian will be there some of the time, but because of work and everything, he can't be there the whole time. I keep looking at Django. He's like, I'm surprised he's not up on his little window seat, although he couldn't really see very good anyway. But yeah, the house is getting power washed. There's some spots on the house that really needed it. And this is the first time we've ever had our house professionally painted. We've painted our house twice, and we've lived here 30 years, 29 years? No, 30, because my daughter is gonna be 30 this year, and I was pregnant with her when we moved in here. And it had just been freshly painted when we first moved in, so I don't even remember how many years it was. And then we painted our house like a yellow, and then after, you know, a bunch of years after that, we painted it blue. And the first time we painted it, it was Brian and some friends. The second time, our neighbors, we have some neighbors that are retired, and they've painted some other neighbors' houses and stuff, and we paid them to paint our house. So they did it. But you could tell it wasn't like, you know, professional, like a company that did it. This actual professional company. I mean, I've been following this company for a while, so. But yeah, they're in the Kansas City area. So if you're in the Kansas City area, they're called True North Painting. So maybe True North Painting Company, I don't know. But I follow them on Facebook, so. Because I was doing some research for places around the Kansas City area that do painting, and this is a small company and everything, so. But yeah, the only thing Brian's not having them paint is the front door. Brian he's just weird about, because he's like, if they do the front door, then they're gonna have to be like in the house, because you have to have the door open to paint it. So he's like, I'm just gonna paint our front door myself. I don't know. I trust these people. I mean, they do this for a living. They do interior and exterior painting. And if we really, really like the job they do, we might even have them do some interior painting, because Brian is an expert when it comes to paint and finishing and stuff like that, because for over 20 years he worked for a company where he built furniture and did kitchens and painting and all that stuff. So he is excellent at it. But I feel like he does so much during just his regular job and just everything he does around the house, because he's responsible for like the outside, you know, all the lawn work, all the maintenance on the house, the car maintenance, all that stuff. You know, I do all the cleaning and the laundry, and you know, we have like our things, and he works so hard. And he would have painted the house, he would have, you know, installed new windows, but it's like, enjoy not having to do those things all the time. So, you know, we had new windows professionally installed this year, but he still went through and he replaced all the window sills, all the wood and everything. So, you know, he still had something that he did. And for the house, he's gonna he went through and repaired a bunch of, you know, like where some boards needed to be replaced, or he went through and pulled off all our house, the outside had like an older style where they had all these thin boards. I showed you in a past vlog, but he took all those out, put new sides on the sides of the house and the back of the house. And, you know, he still put a lot of work into it, but this company's going to do the painting. So it's just like, and Brian's done so much inside of our house, you know, like some of the rooms that had popcorn ceilings, some still have it. He scraped all that off. He's painted all the rooms, all that stuff. So some of the interior stuff, I just feel like could have somebody else do it and he could have a break. You know what I mean? Just, you know, we're old enough now where it's almost like you need some recovery time after you do home improvements. I know he was really sore yesterday after cutting that tree down. But anyway, I'm going to stop jabbering. I just kind of wanted to check in for Friday, let you guys know what's going on. And I was making sure real quick that you couldn't see my second screen because, you know, with work stuff on it, and you can't. But plus it's over here that's not in the camera. But I was looking at my other thing to make sure it didn't have anything up. That would have sucked. I could have tried to figure out how to blur. But anyway, ramble. But I'm gonna get back to work. I just wanted to check in for Friday and just give you an update. Hello there. So today is Saturday and I'm having kind of like a chill and then not chill day. I don't know how to explain it, but basically I'm cleaning up, parts of the house, I cleaned up like the entryway where we had like a bunch of shoes and just, got all that cleaned up. So I'm cleaning and then I'm resting. And while I'm resting, I'm knitting. I'm working on a scarf. And then I have a little burst where I clean a little bit some more and then I sit for a little while. And while I'm sitting and knitting, I'm like watching YouTube videos. So I'm kind of just getting done what I want to get done, but I'm not like breaking my back, I don't know how. I'm having a nice day so far. It's almost 11 o'clock right now. Brian, this morning, they were starting at 9, they were going wake surfing, and then they were going to go have lunch. And then I don't know what else he's going to have, or if he's going to send me any video clips or anything. But, so yeah, we're both just enjoying our days, just not together. Although we are going back to the lake next weekend with my brother and his husband. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, and I'm not doing like trying to set up a camera and show like cleaning and all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people do that, but it takes so much more time to like try to do a camera, make sure you have it recording, and I don't want to do that. I just want to clean. I will show you the scarf I'm knitting though. It's this one, and the yarn is Loops and Threads from Michaels Charisma, and it's called Cherry Blossom Multi. And I've got two skeins. I'm almost done with that one, and then a third, and then this one will be done. Now I'm watching Clown in a Cornfield. It just started. Ooh! And having some popcorn. Sunday morning. I'm using the Keurig instead of making a whole pot since it's just me. Hello. So like I said, it's Sunday. It's actually about an hour and a half later than when I showed you my first cup of coffee. Now I got another cup. And yes, I have the same shirt on that I wore yesterday, but I figured today's going to be pretty much the same kind of stuff as yesterday. So I just put the same shirt back on. But yesterday I got the kitchen and the living room cleaned and mopped and everything. And then today I'm going to work on the bathroom, the main bathroom, our Brian and I's bedroom, and the office. And then do kind of like yesterday, just rest here and there, knit, maybe watch a scary movie later. I really liked Clown in a Cornfield. It was like a slasher, but it had some humor in it too. But I enjoyed it. I think it's based on a book, or I'm not positive about that, but I think I've seen a book called Clown in the Cornfield. But so yesterday, Brian had a really good day. We talked for a long time yesterday evening, and he started with the wake surfing, then they went to eat lunch, and then later they went to him and Andy and Melissa, and then another couple that we're friends with out there, Wendy and Scott. They all went to, I don't know if I told you guys or not, they all went to dinner together too. But he just said he just had a really nice day and very full day. And then they were also, everybody was at the pool, and he was talking to everybody at the pool and everything. So, yeah, and then we're going to go back to the lake this coming up Thursday. We're thinking about maybe going Wednesday evening or like Wednesday late, because my brother and his husband are meeting us at the condo on Thursday. But I told him, I said, just let them know that we're not going to leave our house, until the afternoon. So they won't either unless they want to go do something at the lake before we get there. So, but yeah. But I'm having a nice, like, relaxing weekend too. Even though I'm like mopping and cleaning and stuff, I'm doing it at a slow pace. You know what I mean? This morning I'm just watching a little bit of news. I'm trying to decide if I want to get anything out for Halloween. Like, I have that lantern that I did my little craft project I showed you guys a few weeks ago with the lantern and the cutting mats and the little, so I didn't make anything, I just put together something. But I think if I don't get Mr. Bones out, the skeleton, I think Django will be disappointed because he for some reason he loves that skeleton. But I might at least get him out, maybe a couple jack-o'-lanterns. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, just going to be a nice Sunday again. It was a nice Saturday. It'll be a nice Sunday. The only thing is I miss Brian. That's what he was telling me yesterday. He was like, that's the only thing missing is you. I'm also doing some self-care today. I put on some eye patches. I'm going to do a root touch-up because my gray is really coming out a lot. And I think after I take I might, take a shower. I was thinking maybe I'll do a relaxation bath, because normally I do, like Fridays, I do like a bubble bath, but I didn't do that this Friday. But maybe I'll do, I don't know. I'm just going to do self-care also. I'm having a really nice Sunday so far. I just had a cat hop up on my lap. I finished this scarf, and then I'm going to start one using this yarn. I'm just using one skein, but I want to use some of these up because they take up a lot of space. But this is a yarn that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it's called Sepia Memories. So that's what I'm going to start now. And here's Mr. Nosy Man. Hey, nosy dude. Okay, I got out into the shed and got some Halloween stuff out. I didn't get everything that I wanted to get because I couldn't reach some of it, but I think this is Mr. Bones. We keep him in a giant Ziploc bag, and then he's got some friends in there with him. But Django will be happy to see Mr. Bones again. So now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this stuff. I don't even know exactly what all's in this bag. I just know there's some pillows in here. So yeah. I love Halloween. Okay, I've got a screensaver on the TV. I'll show you these later when it's like dark enough to show them lit up. So I put a jack-o'-lantern there, a jack-o'-lantern there, and a jack-o'-lantern there. I didn't do anything over there. Normally I have a whole setup I do, but I didn't want to. I put my Lego flowers that I built over there. That's where I had the Home Alone house, but I put it up yesterday when I was cleaning. So I just kind of was rearranging a little bit. And, oh, that's like where if Django wants to sit and look outside, he can sit up there. And then I've got a sign here. This little skeleton or skull. Brian bought him for me. He's really cool. He sucks up batteries though, but he's really neat. He like blows glitter around. He's got water inside of him and he changes colors. I will show you later. Then over here, I have put in a Halloween cat. But on the coffee table, I just added those two candlesticks and that ghost. That's a jack-o'-lantern. And then over here, I added, this is Brian and I, so I added that. And then he lights up. I have him turned on. He's supposed to be motion activated. We'll see how annoying he gets. If it comes on too much, I'll have to like turn him off. Well, there's me and my mom. I think I'll Marco Polo her when I'm done with this, actually. I have this guy hanging there. And then over here I have my little silly mummy. That is Django's laser. It's on a timer. We don't keep it on all the time, but, and then this ghost. And then I have my fuzzy ghost on the back of the love seat. And of course, Mr. Bones came back out. Mr. Bones and friends. We'll see how long it takes Django to get on his lap. Forgot to show you guys. I did just the table in the kitchen. And that's where I put this lantern that I did, was in here. We normally have the napkin holder and the salt and pepper shakers, but I just moved those temporarily. And I made the open side be back here. So then if we're in the living room, whatever reflects backwards into the kitchen, we'll see. And just put these placemats down. I actually got these placemats from Temu, I think last year, but I really like them. Some of you guys might remember him. I got him from the thrift store last year. He goes in your car, and when you start your car up, it lights, he blows up, and he's like lit, so he looks like he's your passenger. But I think I'm gonna put him out on October 1st and put him in my car. But he was really fun. And then he's easy to like remove too, so like if you have a passenger. And I mean, at Walmart it was $19.97, but I got him from the thrift store, $7.48, out by my mom when she and I went to the, I think it was the Goodwill, maybe. I'm pretty sure it was the Goodwill. But so I got him out because I'm going to put him in my car again. Now I made myself into a Halloween decoration. I just got out of the shower and I'm doing a face mask. I'm gonna let this sit for a while. And then after I have dinner, I'm gonna do a root touch-up on my hair. But for now, I'm gonna sit down and enjoy this mask. Kind of watching the game and then also multitasking, like watching Instagram and YouTube. So this is what I use to do a root touch-up, where I just do like the roots and my hairline. And yeah, I really like this. I like how it comes with the, how everything's just, you mix it up in this container and then it's got the like little brush to put through your hair. But I like it. I think it works really well. Okay, root touch-up is done. Now I'm just letting my hair dry a little bit before I brush it out, and I'm waiting for it to get dark enough to like turn on the Halloween stuff so I can show you guys, and then I'll wrap the vlog up for the week. But I'm not rushing the evening, but I might try to find another scary movie on like Shudder, but we'll see. this is the movie I'm going to watch tonight. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the vlog up for the week, and thank you so much for spending a week with me, and I hope you come back next week. Bye.